Hello guys, and it's now do or die for both of our players. Game 5 between StriKE and Ranger. Introducing first on the top left, we got Prasatwit, aka Thailand's StriKE, and his opponent on the bottom right of Simulacrum. It's gonna be the blue Protoss of Kun, aka Malaysia's Ranger, and what a series it has been. First two going in favor of StriKE, and Ranger right now looking for the reverse sweep. Can he do it? Won the other two games with some macro gameplay, and honestly on that game 4 it really was the recipe of success we've been looking for all throughout this series. Ranger has been building on his losses, turned it into a win, and turned it into a more decisive one a while ago. StriKE in the meantime showing he had such a good pedigree with the strat he knows, but as soon as it wasn't working or wasn't up to par with his movements, he started faltering and moving into a more standard but not as comfy build there. Not really working out for the guy. Medevac, Hellion drop, getting scouted immediately, and not much done of course with the Reaper. In a scenario where you're +1s on that Marine Marauder later than your opponent, Sam, you're not gonna do much damage there. Anyway though, Probe now facing off against the SCV, and we are all tied up 2-2, so whoever takes this will move on to the next part of the bracket. In the meantime, we do see Ranger and StriKE facing off with those workers. And here is Simulacrum, very easy to defend those first 3 bases, especially with that ramp play. Natural already being built here and now for our Protoss, feeling confident as soon as he sees standard timings from our Terran. One thing that Ranger made a mistake on game 1, he didn't really respect when the barracks came up from his opponents. Sure, he might have noticed it, but he didn't really work to mitigate that disadvantage. Anyway, those cybernetics core are going to be built with that pylon as well. Only going to go for that one gateway yet again. Going to be looking comfortable. Doesn't need to have extra units at any point in time. And damn, guys, Simulacrum. Simulacrum is so good in those middle map engagements. There's so much space to work with. There's so much low ground. There's so much even ground to face off. And sure, you can try to go for a pincer or two. It's a little difficult, of course. You have to go around those edges. You have to go around those holes in the middle. So right now, will we see a Ranger be the one on the aggressor? If the storyline of this series already shows as something, Ranger is the one on a roll. He is on a streak by this point in time. And in the meantime, oh, it's gonna be a proxy pylon here for our Protoss players. So something is amiss, something is afoot. In the meantime, we do have a StriKE though, playing his standard bunker to play defensively. Going for that double Marine pump. As soon as the Raptor comes on out, of course the FAP 3 to enable some tech, but this has to be Widow Mines yet again. And when in doubt, go for something you're so completely comfortable with. In the meantime though, Adept being sent on out, and oh, this is game 5, Ranger! Ranger, are you really gonna go for this? So Dark Shrine, 3-minute mark. He's going for it, guys. Rushes into that tech. And the big hero has to be this Reaper. As soon as this gets spotted, that might be a big swap or at least a big adjustment done by StriKE. But Ranger fending off that Reaper thanks to the Adept in the way of the ramp. He doesn't seal it this time. He wants that Reaper to come up and face off against the Adept. Already, of course, this will dissuade StriKE from doing anything, but he should be wondering why isn't the buildings there. And in the meantime, with the Dark Shrine right now coming online soon by the 4:20, 4:25 mark, this might be the dagger in the dark that we were not expecting, because this pylon is in position already. The Adepts going for the chase. What does StriKE know about Ranger? Absolutely nothing. He knows there's a natural. He's expecting the macro, and now it's time to get the DTs. Sometimes, guys, when you least expect it, that's when the cheese comes. And this is basically an all-in here for Ranger. If this doesn't work, he is going to be so behind because he went into this tier of tech. Right now, though, does StriKE know what's coming? Oh, there you go. Slice onto one, make that two. I would have loved to see a Ranger actually wait to get into that main mineral line first. The mules right now absolutely panicking. And StriKE did not expect this kind of engagement. SCVs now trying to get into that main base, but they are sealed off with the Dark Templar on the same side. And these are SCVs looking to repair the chances of StriKE to win this series. But every single swipe Ranger gets is one more swipe for the Protoss to move on. Here we go with the scan. But what is gonna shoot those DT? Absolutely nothing. Raven out of desperation. Oh, the turrets might be effective in this scenario. But that's 13, 14 workers going down already. In the meantime, we do see with the mines in behind. But by this point, the Ranger knows he has more sustained damage. And he will take the series 3-2. What a decision there to surprise his opponent. And that is Ranger moving on to face off against Quantal, which we'll cover tomorrow. What a series there, guys. And honestly, this one was the most hype of them all. In the end, Ranger able to learn from his mistakes and flip-flop in a way that when StriKE looks back at this, it's like, I lost the cheese on that last game when I won on that first. Pretty even though, both sides giving us such a good show. Could have gone either way, but Ranger with true grit and just deciding well on those two games he won prior, able to take the W in this match. So this is why we do these C-game replays, guys, on what a match has been. The lower brackets is even more enticing to check out. So I'll see you guys soon for the next one.